Hello, my name is Maxine Samone, and I'm an intuitive guide. My company's name is A Touch of Venus, and I read tarot, I teach astrology, I offer personalized readings, and my whole goal is to help you build a better relationship with yourself so that you can have a better relationship with the world around you, because everything comes back to love. Everything is a relationship, right? So, I want to talk to you today about Mars in Taurus, because Mars will be in Taurus from June 9th through July 20th, sorry. And I found it interesting that it's actually Mars will be entering Taurus at 12:34 AST. So 1, 2, 3, 4, an angel number right there in the flesh, okay? And this is all about progress and progression, and Mars, being the planet of action, is also going to be entering into a sign that is that energy, Taurian energy, is all about embodying and actually doing the work, laying the groundwork. I am really excited about this transit because it's going to give you the opportunity to start to actually create tangible progress on the new goals, the new cycle that you are in the middle of creating. So it's a stark difference between Mars and Aries, which Mars is right at home in Aries, which we've been in this energy of go, 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 doing, initiating, trying new things, being kind of in that full energy. I apologize if there's like noise in the background because I have the window open. I'm in Panama, as you can see, there's a different type of background, but it's been raining and stuff, so if anybody drives by, it's going to be noise a little bit, but bear with me, okay? But we've been in Mars in Aries, which is about embodying the full energy, which the Fool in tarot is about new beginnings and starting something fresh. Also kind of having a foolish perspective, meaning that you may be a little bit naive, or you don't have to worry about knowing everything, that everything will be revealed to you as you start and initiate that journey and finally take those first steps. Now that you've started to take those first steps, Mars in Taurus is asking you to stay committed to the journey that you've begun and do not backpedal into an old reality. Mars in Taurus also reminds me of the Empress energy, and it's interesting because the Empress energy is very feminine, and Taurus actually has a very feminine quality because it is connected to Venus as well. But it reminds me of the Empress energy because the Empress sits on her throne and she allows people to come and present things to her. She's in the receiving energy. But the beautiful thing about the Empress energy is that she practices no a lot, because the Empress isn't just going to accept everything that comes to her if it's not in alignment, right? So that's how it reminds me of Mars being in Taurus. It reminds me of staying in alignment and allowing your feminine energy to rest and receive as you are taking the tangible action steps. So it's really a divine pair. It's like Emperor and Empress energy, because the Emperor in tarot is the divine match for the Empress, right? So Mars being in a Taurus is actually you embodying, truly deciding and embodying who it is you want to be and what you want to do and what path you want to take, and not coming off of that throne. Taurus is known for being stubborn, but in this way, when you're manifesting something that you want to bring to fruition, it takes that dedication. I would say you can transmute that energy of stubborn into dedication or persistence, right? I also think that compared to Mars in Aries, where we're coming out of, into Mars in Taurus, we're looking to slow down, to speed up. Our moves are going to be more calculated. I saw another astrologer, I forget her name. I wish I did know her name off the top of my head, but she was saying that Taurus are so successful because they do a lot of the things that a lot of people don't want to do. For instance, especially when it comes to like finances and like money and resources, they're the ones that are going to do all of the research. Her example was they're the ones that are going to do all the research to look up like what is going to be my highest APY, or like my return, what is my they're going to do all of the research for like their financial decisions and where to put their energy, because they know that what they're building is going to take time and they want to invest it correctly. So they're going to do their due diligence in making sure that they're investing it correctly and they're not going in the wrong direction. So a lot of like slowing down to make sure that you are making the best decisions possible. I think that also it's important to connect to your body when you're dealing with any energies that enter into Taurus energy, because Taurus literally deals with the Taurian field, which is our auric field, which is directly connected to the body. Our energy and energies around us communicate to us through our body. So getting really clear with your body, detoxing could be a good thing so that you can get more clear. I think also just really paying attention to how your body communicates with you, like if you have pain or if you're stiff anywhere, this would be a good time to connect with your body and do like somatic release or yoga, stretching, again slowing down to speed up. And I think that it's also just worthy to note that like a yes is expensive. Sorry, there's like a little bug. But a yes is expensive because you have to say no to a lot of things in order to truly fulfill that yes, right? That includes like doing favors for people. That includes doing anything that you don't feel called to do. That includes like going on a path that, you know, doesn't necessarily serve you. For instance, I'll give the example of like being at a crossroads. If you're going to give time to your business, or if you're going to give time to trying to put your best foot forward at your job so that you can get a promotion. Although you know that you truly do not desire, it does not light you up in your body to necessarily climb the corporate ladder, but you know that you have this deep desire to make this business successful and to create your own sense of freedom. So Mars in Taurus is asking you to honor your body's desires and honor the divine intelligence that is communicating with you. I believe that the signs that are going to be the most affected are going to be obviously Taurus placements, and there's going to be a major like shift in energy and how people just go about doing things in the first place. Of course, you have to consider your other placements, you have to consider your whole chart, but I do think that Scorpio and Aries will also be majorly affected because they are energies that are ruled by Mars. So this is going to be a shift in how they are doing things or how they're physically presenting in the world. And I think that earth signs will benefit also the most because this will be a more like natural flow of energy and how they like to do things. I think that water signs can also benefit a lot from this because it can provide a grounded approach to things when a lot of us tend to go like, ooh, and we don't know what direction we want to take. And it's like encouraging us to make a decision and stick to it and become grounded in that, emotionally grounded in that. I believe that fire signs can, I mean, this is just a really good placement to really get grounded. And I think that every sign can really benefit from being a little bit more grounded in their approach. This is coming from someone that has like Virgo placement. So like take that with a grain of salt. Okay. But, I believe that fire signs may find it a little bit more frustrating to have to slow down, but I do think that it'll be very beneficial. And I also think that for air signs, it'll be majorly beneficial to get out of their mind and into their body, and also to make up their mind, okay? Because the only one that seems to be super stubborn about how they're going to go about things is Aquarius, and it's because they want to go against the grain. I think that whether you're deciding to go against the grain or not, you need to just make a decision on how you're going to go about something. And that is how air signs can benefit from that. Of course, you need to pay attention to see how this like transit is going to affect you specifically. You would look at your birth chart, see what your Mars placement is, see what house it's in, see where Taurus is, what house Taurus is ruling, and apply that to the area of life that you will start to see the most. I would say that if you decide to put or take action in that area of life, with a more grounded approach and a more persistent approach, you can majorly benefit from the energy being presented at this time. Okay, now I want to get into a guided message from the angels, ancestors, spirit guides, higher beings of light and unconditional love. I want to get into intuitive guidance. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards and get ready for that. I would really appreciate if you could like, share, subscribe. to the channel and continue to support, I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. All right, so I got my cards. We're going to go ahead and get into our prayer and receive the intuitive guidance that we need at this time to navigate this Mars and Taurus energy to our highest benefit. All right, give me 1 second. I'll go ahead and shuffle. All right, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, higher beings of light and unconditional love, divine mother, divine father. What are the best and highest messages for the collective for this Mars and Taurus transit? How can we most benefit? What do we need to be the most aware of? And I don't know what needs to be brought to our attention, okay? Thank you. Let's see, Gemini, I think. So we have a Gemini card, I think. And then lunar eclipse change in the reverse. And then we have Aries, I am. This is laying out the energy for me to read. And then Earth element stability in the reverse. What I'm getting so far is that there's been an internal conversation going back and forth within you. Oh, Taurus on the bottom of the deck. Okay. There's been an internal conversation happening within you. And you've been deciding, you know, what needs to stay, what needs to go, what needs to stay, what needs to go. Making decisions and having this internal dialogue. And I think that Spirit is encouraging you to use your throat chakra, which is also directly connected to Taurus, because that outputs a frequency. And by you claiming who you are, this Aries I am, and being stubborn about it, not allowing any changes or shifts in perspective with that Gemini energy to happen, and being, you know, holding that persistence around this new identity that you are embodying. This is going to be a transit that is going to allow you to correct any instability in your identity, which is then going to align you with the reality that you're trying to manifest. Because also think about, in astrology, Taurus is the first of the three earth signs. So we have the Taurus, then we have Virgo, and then we have Capricorn. So Taurus rules the second house, and then we progress into Virgo being in the 6th house traditionally, and then we progress into Capricorn being the 10th house traditionally. So then we have Taurus being your embodiment, but it's also connected to your material wealth. And this is like how you gain your material wealth. So this is what we're focusing on, is building those brick by brick by brick, building the empire, right? Virgo represents your day-to-day life. It also can represent your work life. And this is your day-to-day as well. Like, this is how you decide, and this is your value system. That's a big one too. I didn't really mention that. Value system. This is how you decide to align and say yes or no to something, right? So that's what Taurus defines. Then Virgo is, how do you embody that in your day-to-day life, right? Sorry, I just felt like something was on my butt, but it wasn't. Okay, so then Virgo is your day-to-day. So it's like, what do you do in your day-to-day life that is actually building that dream, that actually aligns with those values? And then you have 10th house, which is directly correlated to your midheaven, or the highest point of your chart. And that is your public image, or that is your career, that is your heaven on earth. That's why they call it the midheaven. So it all starts with Taurus, and so we are laying our foundation. And so it's very important. I think that Spirit is bringing it to your attention that it's very important not to be shifting your internal dialogue, and also claim what you want. Use your throat chakra, put that frequency out there, put your pen to paper, and also speak it into existence. And don't have any wavering around how you're choosing to identify. Be secure and be safe in your new identity. Okay. Let's see, what else does Spirit want to bring to our attention? Yes, there's a knowing. I think that there are going to be a lot of people stepping outside of their comfort zone, or Spirit has been, these last, I would say 6 to 8 months, these transits that have been happening have bringing you closer and closer to your knowing, your gnosis, which is your innermost knowing. I feel like people are going to be stepping into their soul path. and being very honest with themselves about it, about what it is that they do know about themselves. It's not so much about figuring out what you don't know or what you don't like anymore. It's about, I feel like we're turning over a new leaf from, like, a lot of people have cleared out a lot of karmic cycles or broken a lot of karmic contracts because they've chose to do something different, or they've come to be more honest with themselves and what they like and what they don't like, what they will accept and what they won't accept, all those types of things through a lot of lessons that have presented contrast. One second. So I was saying lessons that have presented contrast. So this means experiencing a lot of what you don't want to experience so that you can get very clear on what you do want to experience. I say that because this nectar card is coming out as well, which is about turning venom into nectar. And this is clarifying the lunar eclipse change card, which is like within the reverse, it's like I said, being solid in your change. I think it's also about really accepting that this is a time for you to start living life, like living the sweet life. The song that I'm hearing kind of in my head is like that. It's Sweeter Than Sugar. I forget who it's by, but it's like an R&B song. And he's talking about how he is basically going to manifest the life of his dreams, like sweeter than sugar. Like, I just got chills. So I believe that we're turning over a new leaf. As you continue to embody this, I wouldn't even say a new identity, I would say a true identity. As you continue to embody this, and I see 13 too, so there is a death and rebirth. So we're in a rebirth season. This is going to become sweeter and sweeter. Ooh, the threshold, yes. You are literally on the threshold, babes. Like, going from a very dark time, like I said, lots of contrast, the black and white, the extremes. And now you're going into a place that is full of more joy, of more love, more excitement. All this red, yellow, and orange is like lighting up your root, sacral, and solar plexus. So a lot more passion, also clarifying that Aries I am. So be passionate about who it is that you're becoming, who it is that you're claiming to be. Be desire driven. Ooh, and the mystic. The mystic, so I may be speaking to a lot of mystical people, or like people that are like very witchy, or you're following your gnosis. So definitely into like the esoteric, or you're really beginning to remember who you are. And I think that you're becoming more, you're turning your flame back on. You are becoming more, you're going through a glow up. And this isn't like a glow up just physically, but like because you're embodying your light and you're not turning it off for anyone, because you're experiencing so much contrast and like, I feel like stress. I think like connecting to the body too, and in connecting to joy, you're going to be like glowing from the inside out, and that is going to bring you stability, like by following your intuitive nudges towards what it is that you're called to do. Because I think that is the thing too. Yeah, pulling yourself up out of a dark space, the thread. I think that's part of it too, is like, that's a big part of what I was explaining astrologically, is like connecting to the body, being embodied. And I think in your previous life, I will say, you had to go way up in your mind into the cerebral, as a safety measure, and you may not feel so connected to your body anymore. So I think that Mars in Taurus is asking you to really connect to your body so that you can also connect to your intuition, because again, the energies, your energy and the energy of others and those around you, the environment is interacting with your auric field, and for you to receive those messages, you need to be really connected to your body. This video is about to end. I'm going to connect the second part of this reading, so just bear with me. I would love it if you like, share, subscribe to the channel and support. If this is resonating, I would love it if you commented below, or if you have some other downloads that you've received, I would love to hear them and interact with you. Also, I have my personal readings available. Everything can be found in the description box below, or in the link in my bio, wherever you're watching this. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the second part of the reading. All right, let's get into the details. Let's get into the details of this Mars and Taurus transit that will be happening for the next month and some change. We're talking about embodiment, we're talking about a new identity, we're talking about marrying also, because Taurus is connected to the Hierophant that just came through. Taurus is connected to the Hierophant, which is higher knowing, higher knowledge, mastery as well, and taking the traditional steps, but also contracts and like marriage. And I was talking about the relationship between the Emperor and the Empress. So you are embodying, or we're trying to get you, like this spiritual message is trying to say that you need to bring the Emperor and the Empress to the forefront in this season so that you can make the decisions that are going to align you with your highest timeline. What is the Gnosis that is coming through? Ooh, the Magician. I love that. And the Three of Wands. So I feel like Spirit is really inviting you to embody the idea, to accept this as your truth, that everything that you touch turns to gold. And so there should be no fear in how you decide to proceed. I feel like, so this is interesting, the card before the Two of Wands, or before the Three of Wands, is the Two of Wands. It just got dead silent. So like, you have the floor, okay? But the Magician uses all of their resources, but they are also very aware that their mind is one of their most potent tools that they can use to create the life that they want to create. There's no blockages for them, that they live in a limitless universe, right? So Two of Wands before the Three of Wands reminds me of Mars in Aries, where you've been prompted to become the authority in your life and make decisions. So Two of Wands is about coming into a plan and developing a plan of action. And then Three of Wands is not only watching your ships come in, but taking the action and receiving, taking the action and watching it come in. So knowing that you live in a limitless universe, this is the Gnosis. And that's why it's clarifying that Gemini card, as well as like the conversation happening in your mind needs to be of that is limitless, and that as long as you put one foot in front of the other, you will get there. You will cross whatever sea you need to get to, regardless of the blockages. I don't even feel like there are blockages at this time. That's a very clear energy. Yeah, there's no blockages at this time. Like, you know that you have the capability of making decisions. You can trust yourself to make decisions. And you're not confused, Seven of Cups on the bottom of the deck, about what you need to do in order to move forward. And in the case that you are, you have the beautiful mind that you have, and you have the wisdom that you've acquired all throughout this time to go ahead and help you gather the information that you need in order to make the best decision to move forward. So I feel like this is clarifying Knight of Swords in reverse and King of Pentacles. So it's don't talk about it, be about it, you know? Don't talk about it, be about it, do it, you know? Because this King of Pentacles, clarifying the Nectar card, is like, this is the sweet life. And you know how people end up being in this King of Pentacles energy, building up that empire and having enough resources, is by actually doing the things, that grounded energy, bringing your ideas down to actual real life, okay? Ten of Wands, the Threshold, it's like, this has been a long journey. Oh, I love this. I love that contrast. So after a period of stagnancy, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. And the thing was that there was a lot of blockages that need to be cleared, especially in this first half of the year. So we're in 2024. This is an 8 year. If you add up 2024, it's going to be an 8. And if you turn it on its side, it's an infinity symbol. We're dealing with the karmic energies this year and clearing a lot of them. We're right at this halfway point of the year. So imagine this 8, and we're right at the halfway point. So you've cleared, which was condensing, you know, like going from the big side of the 8 all the way down into the middle of the infinity symbol, or that 8 symbol. We've been condensing, releasing. There aren't the blockages that used to be there. So now we're about to be an expansion, expansion, expansion on the other side of the infinity symbol or other side of the 8, right? But also imagine, you know, what I'm saying. Turn it this way as if it's a 3D thing. If we already cut this part, now you're peering through this little tunnel, right? And it's like tunnel vision on what you want, and it's going to expand. So the threshold, to clarify, the 10 of Wands, and then we go to Princess of Wands. So I love that because the 10 of Wands is like the struggle. It's like taking the hard way, you know, working over fucking time, doing things just the strenuous way, lots of stress. And I think that a lot of the things that you were taking on were because you didn't realize that you had a choice before. And now that you are more in tune with who you actually are and what you stand for, and you've reworked your value system, Spirit is asking you with this transit, Mars and Taurus, to truly embody this value system and let these burdens go. You don't have to do things the hard way. Just because Mars and Taurus is about persistence does not mean that it has to be a 10 of Wands. You're jumping off threshold. You're jumping off this ledge where everything was the hard way, or this chapter, you're closing a chapter where everything was difficult and you're entering into a much sweeter life, right? So there's going to be way more. We were just discussing this. They're going to be, confirmation verb. There's going to be way more joy and desire. It's like you're getting your spark back after a period of stagnancy, because now it's like you can kind of approach this as an adventure, as this new version of yourself. It's like you get to play a new character, like you just upgraded and you get to choose a new outfit, you know, like when we used to play like Maxine and stuff like that. You get to choose a new outfit, you get to choose a new character. I love that. That's the mystic. We have Queen of Wands. Yes, so your new character, she's a bad bitch, okay? She a bad bitch. She has her hair flowing. She got the flowers. She's super witchy as well. She's like very in tune with her. I love this. It's like you took your power back. There was so much fear around. There were so many limitations, like self-imposed limitations. You've really worked hard to remove those. And so now you're stepping into Queen of Wands energy, which is... It's just so exciting. I love this. It's giving me chills because the devil in the reverse is like you've mastered something. I feel like you mastered your mind, and now it's like, now that you understand that you really can unlock a new character whenever you want to, it's like a new adventure. So yes, Ace of Pentacles. There's going to be an opportunity or opportunities coming. Knight of Pentacles. It's like Spirit is going to be giving you or laying out the bricks. It's almost like I'm picturing, like even with that 3 of Wands, imagine Spirit putting down each brick for you to take a step towards. So they're going to be giving you the bricks to go ahead and start building this foundation and to start taking the journey. I feel like you're going on an unbeaten path, so Spirit is going to be the one laying the bricks for you. The Emperor going to be making decisions. The High Priestess in reverse and 10 of Swords. Emperor, High Priestess in reverse, 10 of Swords. I feel like this is talking about, yeah, having boundaries when it comes to protecting yourself and protecting your path and being confident in yourself. The Emperor, again, we were talking about the Emperor and the Empress, really embodying the fact that you are an authority in your life and being strong in your decision making, not discussing it. High Priestess in reverse is like, with the 10 of Swords, is like talking about your downloads and allowing other people's thoughts, you know, to come in and cause disruption. So with the 9 of Wands in reverse and the 7 of Wands in reverse, Spirit is asking you to defend your empire by not speaking about it and being about it. Okay, can I get a final message? 5 of Cups in reverse. You're coming out of a dark time. Oh, we got about 30 seconds. Okay, I'm so excited for this new chapter for the collective. Let's get one affirmation, please. One affirmation, please, to wrap the message. When I see good in others, I acknowledge it out loud. Ooh, so it's like boosting your charisma as well. When you make other people feel good about the decisions that they're making, they'll also reflect that back to you. So boost yourself up, boost other people up, and continue on your path confidently, because you are